and breezy today with winds up to 30 miles per hour. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Have you ever seen Derek hit Alex?
Yes,
How many times?
more than I can count.
The latest in the Dykeman trial, the defendant taking the stand to share her side of the story. Up next.
And some motivation to get out of bed this morning. A local man proving that age is just a number. Dozens of rescued beagles getting their first taste of freedom and family.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this morning.
Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Wednesday, May 13th. It is 6 a.m. Thanks for waking up with us. We'll start by getting a check on our forecast with meteorologist Art Jarrett. Art, what can we expect out there today?
All right. Well, as I mentioned before, cool and breezy as we go through the day today. Then it almost goes to the good, the bad, the ugly. We're looking at a frost potential for later on tonight and then turning into showers as we go right into your Thursday night. Hey, take a look what we've got going on for you. We've got some partly to mostly cloudy skies in the forecast out there right now. 50 degrees in La Crosse. You're having a little bit of sunshine there right now, holding on to 49 degrees in cloudy as you get right back into areas right by Eau Claire. And of course, mostly cloudy skies leading into areas right by Winona. You're looking at 50 degrees currently. Not much activity out there happening right now. Most of that rainfall we saw yesterday is to track over to the UP. As we get into it, current temperatures are in the 40s and the low 50s in the forecast as well. We'll get into those winds picking up again as we go right back into the 8 o'clock hour. They'll start to get up to about 30 miles per hour or so. Then eventually we'll see that continue on to the early afternoon. They'll taper down by the late day. How about this, though? We get into at least clouds getting to sunny to partly cloudy skies and increasing clouds later on as we go into the afternoon for areas by La Crosse. Then eventually we'll have at least some partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies leading into the afternoon for you up in Eau Claire. How about this, though? Today, 60s and the low 70s in your forecast. And the next batch of rainfall on the way, well, that comes in for Thursday night leading into your Friday early morning. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up for the remainder of your week. So please stick around.
Thank you, Art. Josie Dykeman on the stand, taking the stand in her own defense yesterday. News 8 Now Seth Padilla has more on what she said from the newsroom. Seth.
Yeah, Alexandra, she took the stand and was adamant that she did not kill 6-year-old AJ Pedren. Now, during testimony, she denied statements made by witnesses, claiming she abused the 6-year-old, and when asked if she withheld food from AJ, a claim that was made by her own children, she denied that as well. She says she loved AJ like her own son.
I know what my heart feels, and I know that I miss him every day.
You treated Alex differently because he wasn't your own son. Do you agree or disagree with that?
That's false. That's absolutely not true.
Says she suffered brain injuries caused by AJ's parents and that his father, Derek Pedren, abused her often and claims Pedren would do the same to his son.
Have you ever seen Derek hit Alex?
Yes,
How many times?
more than I can count.
According to court records, AJ's cause of death was blunt force trauma, with Xanax as a contributing factor. Now, according to testimony from law enforcement, Pedren was arrested the night before AJ died on an unrelated charge, and court is set to resume at 8:45 a.m. today. Reporting live in the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you, Seth. And a heads up for drivers as you hit the road this morning. Some lane closures on the Highway 16 bridge over the Canadian Pacific Railroad for bridge inspections today. You should plan alternate routes if you're headed that way. And another meeting for the fate of the Northside Pool today. That'll be held virtually at noon. The city and school district trying to come up with a plan for a new indoor pool. The council recently voted down an option to use $90,000 to operate the Northside Pool. Quick Trip holding an open house for its new health center in La Crosse. It says it outgrew its previous center. The new facility offering more space and services. The center includes physical therapy and an on-site pharmacy.
I think for many of us, whenever we have a pharmacy need, if we can have that need fulfilled right at the place in which we work, it just saves a lot of hassle. You don't have to drive someplace else. You're here on campus. It's accessible. It's convenient. It'll make a difference for our coworkers.
The center serves all Quick Trip employees. One La Crosse man is proving that age is just a number. News 8 Now's Jadis McGee shares how he's still staying active at 90 years old.
Well, most people slow down as they get older, but for Gary Robble, he's doing just the opposite. From the Army to the weight room, fitness has been a part of Gary's life for nearly 7 decades.
I've been going to the gym ever since I was 20 years old. The last 20 years, I've been coming to the gym now just about all the time. I just love it, you know.
At Premier Fitness and Wellness in La Crosse, staff says Gary stands out, not just for his age, but for how hard he continues to work.
When he lifts, he's like a machine. He's not your average. He lifts heavier than a lot of my 30-year-olds in here. He really is the epitome of what you can expect to have happen to you if you stay strong and you keep moving.
Other members say Gary's work ethic and positivity has become a daily source of motivation inside the gym.
He is quite the motivator. We come in every day. He gets up, comes in every day, does his workout. You know, it's all about being healthy of mind, body, and spirit, and Gary is the epitome of all those things.
It's a story for everybody that's either his age or trying to get to his age, you know, that you can do this if you put the effort into it.
And Gary's advice for others?
You got to exercise to stay fit. It's kind of hard to start when you're in the last stage of your life, you know. But if you do exercise, you should just stay with it year after year, you know.
Gary says he plans to stay active for as long as his body will allow him to. Reporting in the studio, JD McGee, News 8 Now.
Incredible work there. And nearly 24 Ridgeland Farms beagles have been matched with foster families. The Blue Mounds facility agreed to surrender its breeding license last fall to avoid felony animal mistreatment charges. In April, nearly 1,000 protesters clashed with police outside of the farms, with dozens arrested, demanding the dogs be freed.
These dogs some safe environment and some beautiful homes where they can enjoy, you know, people and kids and grandkids like ours is probably going to enjoy.
25 more beagles are scheduled to be welcomed at the Wisconsin Humane Society today. Wisconsin will house 130 of the Ridgeland Farms beagles. President Trump flying to Beijing to meet with the president of China today as we take a live look at the White House. Key items on the trip's agenda include trade, Taiwan, and the war with Iran. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
A lot of good things are going to happen.
Optimism from President Trump ahead of his high-stakes meetings with Chinese President Xi Jinping.
He's been a friend of mine. He's been somebody that we get along with.
Trade is at the top of the agenda, with China pushing for a reduction in tariffs and an ease of sanctions. The other big topic, the U.S. war with Iran, China, a close ally. Before he left, the president downplayed the need for China's help to end the conflict.
I don't think we need any help with Iran. We'll win it one way or the other.
He also downplayed concerns over the economic impacts of the war, as April's CPI report showed food prices jumped, linked to surging gas prices from the conflict.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
But China is the world's biggest buyer of Iranian oil, which travels through the Strait of Hormuz. That oil is now trapped along with hundreds of commercial ships due to conflict and a U.S. military blockade.
A global recession, which would come from a prolonged closure of the Strait of Hormuz, would dramatically affect both China and the United States.
The president says he's invited top business executives to join him, including the heads of Apple, Tesla, and chipmaker Nvidia, posting on social media overnight that he plans to ask the Chinese leader to, quote, open up China so that these brilliant people can work their magic. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Another topic, Taiwan. Chinese officials reiterating Beijing is firmly opposed to U.S. weapon sales to Taiwan, as well as any form of military ties between the U.S. and that country. And the WHO warning global leaders prepare for more hantavirus cases as the outbreak linked to a Dutch cruise ship grows. 11 cases of the Andes strain have now been confirmed. Here in the Midwest, Minnesota is monitoring one person who may have been exposed. Health officials say that person has no symptoms and the risk to the public is still low.
Once we have a clear results with some of the testing, we'll be able to decide whether they need to stay in biocontainment.
18 American passengers are being monitored in Georgia and Nebraska, one testing positive in a biocontainment unit at the University of Nebraska. And Wallet Hub naming the best summer trip that won't blow your budget. They say that is Atlanta, Georgia. It has one of the last call times in the country at 4 a.m. and open container areas will expand this summer as the city hosts 8 World Cup games. Orlando, Florida ranking second and Austin, Texas coming in at 3rd. Hope you like the humidity. The time now, 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news, a request for Apple users to update your devices. We'll tell you why. Inflation climbing once again, and your paycheck may not be keeping up. The new numbers this morning. Plus, fishing in Wisconsin could look a little different as businesses are struggling with rising gas prices. That and more just ahead.
Get up to 60% off list prices
at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Get this Ashley sectional with a free ottoman, just $9.92. Pay no interest for up to 72 months on select purchases with approved credit at Slumberland Furniture.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Schwabel, Getz & Sieben today.
I looked in my rearview mirror and said, this guy's not stopping, and it sounded like an explosion went off. I had some pretty serious injuries, as did my daughter. Everybody that I came into contact with Schwabel, Getz & Sieben, they were so nice. It wasn't stressful. I felt very calm and at ease.
In every case, we bring an experienced legal team to work on behalf of our clients. Call or visit Schwabel.com.
Now is the time to get your AC cleaned and checked. And Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning is who you want to call. Prevent the buildup of dust and dirt to keep you and your family breathing healthy, clean air with your trusted, trained comfort specialist. Check out our Google reviews and call 782-0664 today for your AC clean and check. Bagnevsky Heating and Air Conditioning. It's hard to stop a train.
Your trained comfort specialist, Bagnevsky.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative knows safety is the backbone of reliability. To deliver the power you need means doing things right. So we can continue to provide reliable energy and peace of mind. Because safety runs through everything we do. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Get a Sealy Queen mattress for only $399 at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Save up to $1,500 on select adjustable mattress sets. Pay no interest for 72 months on Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster at Slumberland.
In your morning consumer news, inflation is back on the rise, hitting its highest level since 2023. The Consumer Price Index jumped to 3.8% in April, up from 3.3% in March. Grocery prices climbed after a brief drop. Inflation now outpacing wage growth.
Nowhere to hide here from inflation. Price increases are happening. They're happening quickly. People who are earning the highest, they're more likely to probably still be outpacing inflation. But the people who are making the least, they have not been for months, and this is only going to be worse for them.
President Trump suggested prices will drop once the Iran conflict ends. A federal appeals court is allowing President Trump's 10% import tariffs to go back into effect. The ruling overturns a lower court decision from just days ago, which found the tariffs illegal and ordered payments refunded to plaintiffs. And Apple's urging iPhone and iPad users to update to its newest operating systems to keep their devices safe. The company says the 26.5 versions address a lengthy list of security flaws. Apple says it's also introducing support for end-to-end encrypted RCS messaging. Experts say hackers are making use of AI to find new ways to attack devices. High gas prices are making it harder for boat captains to navigate the start of boating season on Lake Michigan. Abby Hamachek has more on how the fishing industry in Wisconsin will feel the impact.
At Suzy Q Fish Company in Two Rivers, the cost of doing business is climbing fast, from fuel on the water to diesel on the roads.
The fuel prices are, record high, and our fishing isn't as good as it used to be, so it's a little bit harder to make a profit.
Owner Paul Leclerc says those costs are now forcing tough business decisions.
So you will unfortunately have to raise prices.
Unfortunately, we will probably raise them here at the end of the month, starting June, yeah.
Leclerc says they use about 100 gallons of fuel a day, adding up to about a $200 increase with the current gas prices. Charter captains are also feeling the impact as the season gets underway.
This one came out of nowhere. Was not expecting this.
Matt Gates with High Life Charter says bookings are slower than expected, and it's starting to stand out early in the season.
With this business, how does it feel that the phone isn't ringing as much as it should?
It's a little scary. It can be, your livelihood is affected. I'm cautious with my funds, and the future's unknown right now, and we gotta take it one day at a time, and hopefully something changes soon.
And if you've got a consumer question, you can send it to Michelle Renee Quinn. She'll take your questions straight to the experts on weekend mornings. Money scams, insurance, nothing is off limits, and you can find the email address right there on your screen. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, partly to mostly cloudy skies starting out your early morning with a light breeze. Eventually those winds will start to pick up as we go right into the mid-morning hours, though. 50s and some upper 40s you can see there. Eventually holding on how this all shapes up. The winds kick in as we get into the 8 o'clock hour all the way into the 11 o'clock hour. Near 30-mile-per-hour winds in the forecast, tapering down gradually as we go through the mid-afternoon. As we see by late day, though, those winds will start to taper off on down. We'll get right back into it as you can see as for the morning. 50s expected as we gradually pick up with increasing clouds. Although you get into the afternoon, though, for La Crosse, you're going to see 60s with decreasing clouds leading into the afternoon with 71 degrees for your high today. Holding on to at least mostly sunny skies to partly cloudy skies in the forecast across the region. We'll also see quiet weather out there right now. Believe it or not, the winds are coming out of the northwest and the north. You can see that continue on. Windy conditions will come in for a few hours and eventually kick out. But we take a look here. This area of low pressure, it's going to start to develop a pretty severe weather kicking in as we finish out the weekend. As we go right into it, we'll see that for Sunday going into Monday, bring in severe weather that'll work across the nation here. In fact, we'll even see more of this warmth start to work its way across our area, warming up as we go right into your Friday with a warming trend on the way. In fact, right now we'll see as we get into it today, holding on to some 60s and the low 70s in the forecast. So we're a little on the cool side, but we'll pick it up as we go into the overnight hours. We'll see maybe a frost freeze coming back again in the forecast. Mostly might be a frost kicking in the area all the way to the east, possibly along the river as well. But you're going to see 70s pop back in the forecast again. Those low to middle 70s kicking in as we have the frost also showing there. You can see for Thursday with the possibility of this, though. We get into increasing clouds for Thursday in the afternoon, breezy winds as well. We'll also find ourselves getting into increasing clouds all the way to cloudier skies as we go deeper into the evening hours and nighttime. We have rainfall on the way. You can see that starting to work in by the time it gets to Eau Claire by around the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour. It starts to work its way all the way down to the south along I-90. As it does, it continues to click out of the area gradually up by Rusk County, eventually down to the south. That continues to move, taking southeasterly as it moves down to there. It starts to work away from the region gradually by 11 o'clock hour to midnight. We see that kick out with another batch coming back again. And then we'll see more showers to finish out going through Friday in the early morning hours with possibly light to moderate showers to finish out. Hey, we get into how this all shapes up, though. We go into Sunday all the way into Monday. Now, this is a broad brush now. This will be a lot more rainfall than we're anticipating, but severe weather could be kicking in. First, we start off with light to moderate showers kicking out of the region down to the south. That gets out of the way. Then we go up to the north with another batch coming back again, drawing down more showers and thunderstorm activity all the way down to towards La Crosse and down to the southern portions of I-90. Once we go all the way into it, as we go into Monday in the morning, you're seeing light rainfall to possibly winds coming out of the south, so warmer conditions still fill in as we carry that all the way over. So we're looking at the possibility of an alert day kicking in for your Sunday all the way through Monday evening, and then getting into this 70s then then the 80s kick in with the warming trend on the way, taking us right through the weekend as well, where those low to middle 80s kick in with the 72, about a 60% chance of rain and storms on the way.
Thank you, Art. As you start to wake up, we'll leave you with a live wake up call, view of Atlanta, Georgia, the city that Wallet Hub just named the best summer destination. Plan your trips now. Stay with us. More news headed your way after the morning sports blitz.
A few teams vying for conference championships hitting the softball diamond last night. Plus, the Brewers trying to make it 5 wins in a row, welcoming in the Padres. All that next in the Blitz.
The latest in the Dykeman trial, the defendant taking the stand to share her side of the story, coming up.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh quality meat, local meat. Purchase a minimum of 25 pounds of 90% lean ground beef for $6.69 per pound or 85% lean for $6.19 per pound. Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
On the frontier of flavor, a crispy fan favorite returns. Mexi Rolls are back for a limited time with mouth-watering West Mex flavors made in-house daily. Roll in before they ride off. Only at Taco John's.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. With store-wide sale prices, special financing, and even free gas. Only at Drury's will you find beautifully tailored sofas and chairs, handcrafted bedrooms and dining rooms, a huge selection of premium leather, and the designers to help you pull it all together. Shop top brands like Daniel's Amish, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and Stressless. Great sale prices, special financing, and even free gas. Now, during the Memorial Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family owned for over 100 years.
Everybody's friendly, and if you've got problems or need some help, they'll pitch in.
All the things I used to do before I came here, I still do. It gives you freedom and a little happiness.
You don't have to shovel, you don't have to mow.
I would recommend this place highly. We looked at several, and this was the top of my line. The meals, everything is just, it's great.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage,
yes,
man?
Sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Nothing tastes better on the grill than steak from Holman Locker and Meat Market. Stop in for a sale on this month's featured steak. You'll be glad you did. Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality local meat and much, much more.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now. News 8 Now Sports.
Well, conference races are coming down to the wire in our spring sports. In MVC softball, Holman and Toma each have 1 loss, while Alaska sits with 2. And 2 of those 3 facing off yesterday as the Vikings welcomed in the Hilltoppers. Vikings threatening in the first. Sydney Chius drops one into the outfield that will bring home 2, and Holman takes an early lead. Now 2-1. How about the defense from Macy Klein with a diving stop, gets the force out at third to end the frame. So we go to the 6th. Hilltoppers down 1 with the bases loaded though. Sydney Krause at the plate, and she will deliver a 2-run single to put Onalaska in front 4-3. And the Hilltoppers would blow it open in the 7th, already with 2 across, and Claire Weigel gonna add a few more. Hilltoppers come out on top 8-3. They'll host Toma on Thursday. Up north we go to Augusta. Beavers look to continue their impressive campaign. Here in Augusta, pitcher Lainey O'Brien gets the strikeout to end the top of the first inning. And then O'Brien doing it with the bat in the bottom half. She hits it to deep center, and Haley Strach would come around to score. And then in the second inning, Beavers decide to bunt, and it's a good decision because there's an error with the throw. So Sophie Bergman and Riley Bethke stretch the lead to 4-0 home side. Then Stella Zank gonna pop one out, and the Thunder get the out, but not before Strauch tags up, and she will make it home safely. And the Beavers win their first conference title since 1992 with an 8-0 victory. Brewers taking on the Padres, and it's a return of Christian Yelich to the lineup. Great start on the bump from Brandon Sproat. Milwaukee hurler struck out the 4 of the first 6 batters he faced, and the bats start to give him some run support. Joey Ortiz barrels up that pitch, and that's Joey O's first homer of the season. Bases loaded then in the 4th for Sal Frelick. He delivers a 2-run single to give the Crew the lead once again. And then a couple more ducks in the pond later in the frame. Bryce Terang going to keep it fair down the line to play 2 more, and Brandon Sproat picks up MLB win number 1 as Milwaukee holds on 6-4. And Game 5 between the T-Wolves and Spurs last night. Winner 1 victory away from the Western Conference Finals. And fresh off an ejection, Victor Wembanyama came out in the first quarter on fire. The Spurs star finishing with 18 points and 6 boards after just 12 minutes of play. Anthony Edwards here trying to jumpstart the Minnesota offense as he rips the cords from the top of the key. But the 2 seed in the West would start to pull away in quarter number 2 as De'Aaron Fox hits the corner 3. And then it's the alien Wembanyama climbing the ladder for the jam as the Spurs win 126-97. And a good story on our website on the UWL baseball team preparing for a 4th straight D3 World Series appearance later this week. That's your Morning Blitz. We're back after this.
Don't wait for better water. With Maxwell White Water Conditioning, you get water you will feel good about with every sip, every bath, every day. And easy financing to make it happen now. Call today and start enjoying better water tomorrow.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Something wasn't working with my feet.
Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam.
They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
For another year, Home Furniture is teaming up with the Minnesota Ovarian Cancer Alliance to raise funds for research, increase awareness, and support women and their families.
Make a purchase at home and donate $10 to MOCA and get an extra 10% off sale prices.
Together, we can make an impact. Shop for a cause and donate $10 for MOCA.
And save an extra 10% off our sale prices.
Thank you for supporting a cure by shopping at Home Furniture. And join us in September for Home Teal Strides Walk and Run for ovarian cancer research.
Sale ends Wednesday.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Unalaska. This weekend only. Truckloads of hot tubs from major brands like Hot Spring and Caldera Hot Tubs. All discounted. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Easy financing available. Factory direct patio furniture up to $2,500 off. Saunas starting at $119 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and patio furniture up to 30% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Unalaska. SpaExpoLacrosse.com.
Shopping Ollie's First means saving up to 70% off fancy store prices every day. To demonstrate, we gave Shopper A $100 to go shop a fancy store. We sent Shopper B to Ollie's. As they say, the proof is in the cart.
Nobody says that.
And yet, I just did. The brands you know and trust, all up to 70% off.
Ollie's! Good stuff, cheap!
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose American Waterworks.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
Cool and breezy today with the possibility of a frost freeze kicking in later on tonight. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Have you ever seen Derek hit Alex?
Yes,
How many times?
more than I can count.
The latest in the Dykeman trial, the defendant taking the stand to share her side of the story, up next.
Some motivation to get out of bed this morning. A local man proving that age is just a number. The Sendai Mai Festival is back with food, music, and a full weekend of tradition. We're joined by some of the festival royalty.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Wednesday, May 13th, just about 6:30. Thanks for waking up with us. We'll start by getting a check on our forecast with meteorologist Art Jarrett. We know we've got some high temperatures coming, but what can we expect today, Art?
All right, a little bit on the cool side right now, 40s and 50s this early morning, giving way to a light breeze kicking up into at least 30-mile-per-hour winds later on as we finish out the morning hours into the afternoon. Take a look what we've got going on for you right now. 50 degrees out there for La Crosse. We're looking at least partly cloudy skies leading into at least clouds decreasing gradually for Eau Claire as well. 49 degrees there, 50 in Winona, and you're also losing the clouds there as well. Good morning to you. You're holding on to how this all shapes up. Not much activity happening right now. Light winds coming out currently from the north, and as that happens, we'll also find ourselves in the 40s and the 50s in the forecast currently. How about this, though? We'll lead in how this all shapes up. The winds pick up later on once we get past the 6 o'clock hour, holding on all the way into about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We'll see those winds kick up to around 30 miles per hour or so, and eventually they'll taper off, going right into the latter portion of your day. How about this, though? Kids going to school today, 51 degrees to start for La Crosse, holding on to 67 degrees as you finish out for the afternoon, holding on to areas right by Eau Claire. You're looking at 49 degrees, getting to about 67 degrees for your day when the kids are heading home. Everybody else, though, 60s and the low 70s in the forecast for a beautiful day of sunshine, leading into frost possible coming in later on tonight, going into the early morning for Thursday. And when I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this week plays out and that warming trend that's on the way.
Thank you, Art. Josie Dykeman taking the stand in her own defense. News 8 Now, Seth Padilla is in the newsroom with more on what she said in court. Seth.
Alexandra, she took the stand and was adamant that she did not kill 6-year-old AJ Pedron. Now, Dykeman says she suffered brain injuries caused by AJ's parents and that his father, Derek Pedron, abused her often and claims Pedron would do the same to his son. Now, according to testimony from law enforcement, Pedron was arrested the night before AJ died. Dykeman says he allegedly abused the 6-year-old before police arrived.
I heard pounding and screaming in the bathroom. It sounded like he was throwing Alex around.
According to court records, AJ's cause of death was blunt force trauma with Xanax as a contributing factor. Dykeman says she didn't use Xanax but claims Pedron would. Court is set to resume today at 8:45 a.m. Reporting live in the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you, Seth. And a heads up for drivers as you hit the road. Some lane closures on the Highway 16 bridge over the Canadian Pacific Railroad for bridge inspections. You should plan an alternate route if you're headed that way. And another meeting for the fate of the Northside Pool. That'll be held virtually at noon. The city and school district trying to come up with a plan for a new indoor pool. The council recently voted down an option to use $90,000 to operate the Northside Pool. Quick Trip holding an open house for its new health center. The company says it outgrew its previous center. The new one offers more space and services for Quick Trip employees. That includes physical therapy and an on-site pharmacy.
I think for many of us, whenever we have a pharmacy need, if we can have that need fulfilled right at the place in which we work, it just saves a lot of hassle. You don't have to drive someplace else. You're here on campus. It's accessible. It's convenient. It'll make a difference for our coworkers.
The center serves all Quick Trip employees. One La Crosse man is proving that age is just a number. News 8 Now's J.D. McGee shares how he's still staying active at age 90.
Well, most people slow down as they get older, but for Gary Robble, he's doing just the opposite. From the Army to the weight room, fitness has been a part of Gary's life for nearly 7 decades.
I've been going to the gym ever since I was 20 years old. The last 20 years, I've been coming to the gym now just about all the time. I just love it, you know.
At Premier Fitness and Wellness in La Crosse, staff says Gary stands out, not just for his age, but for how hard he continues to work.
When he lifts, he's like a machine. He's not your average. He lifts heavier than a lot of my 30-year-olds in here. He really is the epitome of what you can expect to have happen to you if you stay strong and you keep moving.
Other members say Gary's work ethic and positivity has become a daily source of motivation inside the gym.
He is quite the motivator. We come in every day. He gets up, comes in every day, does his workout. You know, it's all about being healthy of mind, body, and spirit, and Gary is the epitome of all those things.
It's a story for everybody.
that's either his age or trying to get to his age, that you can do this if you put the effort into it.
And Gary's advice for others?
You got to exercise to stay fit. It's kind of hard to start when you're in the last stage of your life, But if you do exercise, then you should just stay with it year after year,
Gary says he plans to stay active for as long as his body will allow him to. Reporting in the studio, Jadis McGee, News 8 Now.
Nearly 24 Ridgeland Farms Beagles have been matched with foster families. The Blue Mountains facility agreed to surrender its breeding license last fall to avoid felony animal mistreatment charges. In April, nearly 1,000 protesters clashed with police outside of the farm, with dozens arrested, demanding the dogs be freed.
These dogs some safe environment and some beautiful homes where they can enjoy, people and kids and grandkids like ours is probably going to enjoy.
25 more beagles are scheduled to be welcomed at the Wisconsin Humane Society today. President Trump heading to China to meet with their president today as we take a live look at the airport in Beijing. Key items on the trip's agenda include trade, Taiwan, and the war with Iran. CBS's Jared Hill with more on what to expect from the visit.
A lot of good things are going to happen.
Optimism from President Trump ahead of his high-stakes meetings with Chinese President Xi Jinping.
He's been a friend of mine. He's been somebody that we get along with.
Trade is at the top of the agenda, with China pushing for a reduction in tariffs and an ease of sanctions. The other big topic, the U.S. war with Iran, China, a close ally. Before he left, the president downplayed the need for China's help to end the conflict.
I don't think we need any help with Iran. We'll win it one way or the other.
He also downplayed concerns over the economic impacts of the war, as April's CPI report showed food prices jumped, linked to surging gas prices from the conflict.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
But China is the world's biggest buyer of Iranian oil, which travels through the Strait of Hormuz. That oil is now trapped along with hundreds of commercial ships due to conflict and a U.S. military blockade.
A global recession, which would come from a prolonged closure of the Strait of Hormuz, would dramatically affect both China and the United States.
The president says he's invited top business executives to join him, including the heads of Apple, Tesla, and chipmaker Nvidia, posting on social media overnight that he plans to ask the Chinese leader to, quote, open up China so that these brilliant people can work their magic. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
And Chinese officials reiterating Beijing is firmly opposed to U.S. weapon sales to Taiwan, as well as any form of military ties between the two countries. The WHO warning global leaders to prepare for more hantavirus cases as the outbreak linked to a Dutch cruise ship is still growing. 11 cases of the Andes strain have been confirmed. Here in the Midwest, Minnesota is now monitoring one person who may have been exposed. Health officials say that person has no symptoms and the risk to the public is still low.
Once we have a clear results with some of the testing, we'll be able to decide whether they need to stay in biocontainment.
18 American passengers are being monitored in Georgia and Nebraska. One testing positive is in a biocontainment unit at the University of Nebraska. And Wallet Hub naming the best summer trip that won't blow your budget. Coming in at number 1, Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta has one of the latest last call times in the country at 4 a.m. Open container areas will expand this summer as the city hosts 8 World Cup games. Orlando, Florida ranking 2nd and Austin, Texas coming in 3rd. What happens to everyday materials in space? One biotech company is trying to find out, and the answers could change medicine and agriculture as we know it. Gwen Baumgartner reports.
And liftoff. Go Falcon, go Dragon.
This was the beginning of a historic SpaceX mission, last fall tasked with delivering supplies to the International Space Station, in addition to some unusual cargo. Samples of cholesterol, freeze-dried liver, even house dust.
That's probably the most expensive dust in the world now.
It really is. Olivia Holzhaus is the CEO of Rhodium Scientific, a space biotech company, working alongside the National Institute of Standards and Technology to create a first-of-its-kind research library of space space-based reference materials like this. The materials are unique because they spent 6 months in orbit before this re-entry. Researchers will now compare them to identical samples that never left Earth.
Do they change? Do they stay the same? Space changes biology, all biology. And we're just now scratching the surface of understanding what those changes are.
Space has an extreme environment that impacts things in different ways. For astronauts, its microgravity causes muscle loss and reduced bone density.
Or take an EpiPen, which can be life-saving here on Earth. But back in 2023, the drug was sent up into space and came back partially toxic.
And then there are these tomato seeds. After months in space, they'll be planted on Earth and have their growth tracked against normal seeds.
We want to make sure that we have accurate products, and not only for space, but that we're bringing products home that are useful and beneficial for humans here on Earth.
As space exploration accelerates, missions like this are becoming more important than ever. To some, this may just look like dust, but to researchers, it's a glimpse of the next frontier. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Renly is 8 weeks. She loves snuggles and being rocked, and her big sister, Sailor.
All right, happy 8 weeks to you. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 1880, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
Well, that's right. So upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button at the Home tab on our website.
Coming up, the Sinde Mai Festival is back with food, music, and a full weekend of tradition. We're joined by some of the royalty in studio next.
Refresh your home at Furniture, Decor & More. Find your style with beautiful furniture, unique decor, and everything to complete your space. This month only, get a $500 rebate when you purchase any FlexSteel sofa and love seat set. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
At Seal and Scarpetland, we know how hard your family can be in your home. Relax. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners that can create a home. Last a lifetime. Our flooring from Sealants is perfect for muddy feet
and water balloon fights.
Sealants Scarpetland in Coon Valley. Let us help you find the perfect flooring because our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
Springtime in western Wisconsin is deer season at Tractor Central, and that means it's time to cash in on big savings. Eligible John Deere Rewards members can save up to $2,000 on select John Deere utility vehicles, up to $1,000 on select John Deere commercial mowers and compact tractors, and up to $400 on select John Deere riding lawn equipment, all available at your local Tractor Central through June 3rd or while supplies last. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
It's a John Deere day.
I've been boxing for 24 years, but a few years ago, my right hand had so much joint pain I couldn't punch with it. I couldn't even touch it without extreme pain. I tried surgery, physical therapy, strength training, but the pain never went away.
That's when Anthony found QC Kinetics, and their treatments changed everything.
The pain is virtually gone. I'm hitting the bag again for the first time in almost 9 years. I'm back to doing the things I love.
Join the thousands who have discovered real lasting relief from joint pain with QC Kinetics. Request a free consultation to find out if you're a candidate for this revolutionary treatment. If you're living with arthritis or pain in your shoulders, back, hips, or other joints, our treatments relieve the problem at its source. Isn't it time you get back in the ring? No surgery, no drugs, no downtime, just real relief. Request a free consultation to find out if you're a candidate today. Call QC Kinetics, 715-569-8589, 715-569-8589.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. At Maury's Auto Group, more isn't extra. It's just what we do. More transparency, more clarity, more trust, and more value with Maury's More Care program, which includes complimentary first year of maintenance on new vehicles and complimentary powertrain warranty on pre-owned vehicles. That's real peace of mind long after you drive off the lot. Find your more at Maury'sAuto.com. Get more with Maury's.
Refresh your home at Furniture, Decor & More. Find your style with beautiful furniture, unique decor, and everything to complete your space. This month only, get a $500 rebate when you purchase any FlexSteel sofa and love seat set. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
All right, welcome back as we get into your local forecast here. We're holding on to very nice conditions out there. There's a little bit on the chilly side right now, but we'll pick it up eventually. 50s, getting into the 40s. You also see some clearing skies gradually out there. There's a bit of a wind that's coming back again as we go right into the 8 o'clock hour. We'll get up to 30-mile-per-hour winds across the region, and eventually we'll see this play out like this. It'll get to like windy to breezy, and we'll also see most of that moisture that we had from yesterday is tracked out to the UP. We get this, though. This system is going to usher in another batch of moisture coming in from the west. That's going to circulate more of that, possibility of severe weather kicking in eventually as we go right to finish out the week. We'll find ourselves getting into the potential for severe weather to finish out for Sunday and Monday. For now, though, let's take a look at what we've got going on for you. We look at all this warmth. Look at 100 degrees in Phoenix. All this is going to start to work its way back towards the east, and eventually we'll start to get into a warming trend. We'll see temperatures gradually build up today, holding on to widespread 70s, and then you can see for 71 for Shelby, partly cloudy skies. A little extra sunshine as well down to the south. We'll get into partly cloudy skies for Prairie du Chien. 70 degrees for you. Out to the east as you get right into Rock Ridge, 67 degrees, and up towards Crescent, 71 degrees for you with more sunshine. Back to La Crosse, though, 71 degrees, as I mentioned before. Up to areas by Alma Center. Good morning to you folks there. Hey, we're looking at least 68 degrees for you, so upper 60s there. We're getting into the low 70s for Eau Claire. More sunshine there as well, holding up to 66 once you get into areas by Ladysmith. Then things change. We get into tonight with a possible frost coming back again. You're seeing temperatures in the 30s. I suspect we may even see some middle 30s, especially by Back River Falls, getting towards Sparta as well. Then we'll get into temperatures by the river, mostly in the 40s. For the afternoon, though, we'll get right back into it with 70s, pretty much low to middle 70s in your forecast. Holding on to how this all shapes up, we go into the evening hours. We'll start to see increasing clouds, and as that continues on, that thunderstorm line starts to work its way in. We'll see thunderstorms, also showers working in the area coming around the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour, widespread through the region all the way down to the south. All of it crosses the river. Eventually, by the time we get in the 9 o'clock time slot, you're seeing the potential for more of the showers and storms tracking back down to areas by Juneau, Richland Center, Vernon County, as well as getting into Crawford County, and then it spills over out to the east and up and out it goes. Gradually by, let's say, the midnight hour or so, another batch comes back again, lighter showers to finish out going all the way into your midnight hour, and then we may see more of those showers continue on into the morning hours. Then by Thursday, we're going to hold on to more showers and storms coming back again as we go right into Sunday and into Monday. This could be quite severe and a potential alert day as we gather all. Now, this is a much wider view of how this all shapes up. You're going to hold on to the possibility of, again, the afternoon holding on to an alert day for Sunday. I should say all day Sunday, all the way into your Monday. Then that kicks in as we go into the next few days. You're going to hold on to 70s, widespread. Eventually, we'll see some 80s in the picture. Got to love that. Middle 80s. In fact, continuing down to at least the lower 80s by the time we get into Sunday. Bump it right back up on Monday. And, of course, we'll see, again, sunnier skies and drier conditions for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
New this morning, starting tomorrow, Westby Syttende Mai Festival brings a full long weekend of Norwegian traditions, food, and fun to downtown. And we're joined now by some of this year's royalty, Princess Tessa and First Attendant Nevaeh. Good morning, ladies. Thanks for being here with us.
Good morning.
Good to see you, and congratulations. So tell us a little bit. We know this festival is really deep into the tradition of Westby. What does it mean to you personally?
For me, it's a way of showing my Norwegian culture and heritage with like the whole community in town.
Okay, what about you?
For me, it's more so seeing like all of our community and stuff just coming together, see how it blends together and stuff.
Okay, we know it's a big event for the community.
Yeah, so what are you most excited for the weekend?
I'm most excited for the different parades. So there's a big parade on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. and there's a little kiddie parade for the small ones at 10 a.m. and they're in the main street of Westby.
Right on.
Okay, should be fun. And what about you?
I'm excited for walking all around downtown Westby and seeing all the different community and vendors and stuff like that.
Okay, very cool.
Good deal. All right, so as we get into that, how are you prepared for your roles?
I prepared for my roles through leadership positions in school, through clubs and other stuff like that, and then volunteering and taking on leadership roles beyond school.
All right, what about you?
I first met up with Dave and Ruth Amundsen at the History Lighthouse, and we learned more about Westby's history or Norway's history and how they came to Westby.
Okay, and I'm sure this festival is something that you ladies grew up watching and seeing, so I'm sure it's very exciting to be a part of it now.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. And so is there one event, maybe someone hasn't been to the festival, is there one event that people shouldn't miss? What do you recommend there?
I recommend going to the bands. There's one Friday night that's High Mileage, that's at 6 p.m. And then there's one Saturday night, and that's Blue Collar 40, also at 6 p.m. And you need a button to attend.
Okay, you do need a button to attend there. We've got some information on our screen, and it's $5 for that button for entertainment. What about your favorite event or anything that you think people shouldn't miss?
I think they shouldn't miss the car show that I believe is on Saturday, I'm pretty sure. And then meatball dinners are Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, meatball dinner sounds pretty good, Art, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know it does. What's your favorite tradition?
My favorite tradition is the auctioning off of the doll and the button.
Okay.
So the doll is actually a replica of a past princess, well, the Bunad is, and this one is the 1981 Cheryl Bean replica.
Okay, yeah, we've got her right here. So very cool. I didn't realize that you guys auctioned that off.
Yeah.
What about your favorite tradition?
My favorite St. Mike tradition is probably the Troll and Medallion Hunt. Hints for that are located both on the Facebook page and also at the information booth in Westby.
Okay, we know that is a big one as well. All right, ladies, well, all the fun will start tomorrow, and we know you've got a busy weekend ahead of you, so thanks for making some time for us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Nate Burleson. Coming up on CBS Mornings, Academy Award winner Gina Davis joins us. She's starring in a new series about a misfit crew of heroes living in a retirement community. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
Holman Locker and Meat Market is your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up on our summer meat bundle, which includes top sirloin, ground beef, Polish sausage, chicken filet, pork chops, locker dogs, and brats. Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Mom!
Yeah.
Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Request your free in-home water test today.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. From hitches to ratchet straps and everything in between, we've got all your hauling needs covered. This 2-pack of Smart Straps heavy-duty ratchet straps feature double J-hook ends and are now a value of $14.99 after rebate. Tow smarter with help from Tow Smart. Their durable steel towing products resist rust and corrosion. Get this tri-pole trailer hitch for a value of $29.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Password 1, 2, 3, 4.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. With store-wide sale prices, special financing, and even free gas. Only at Drury's will you find beautifully tailored sofas and chairs, handcrafted bedrooms and dining rooms, a huge selection of premium leather, and the designers to help you pull it all together. Shop top brands like Daniel's Amish, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and Stressless. Great sale prices, special financing, and even free gas. Now, during the Memorial Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family owned for over 100 years.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality meat, local meat. Purchase a minimum of 25 pounds of 90% lean ground beef for $6.69 per pound or 85% lean for $6.19 per pound. Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
The First Warn Weather Team is tracking.
You better believe they are.
Large hail, strong winds, tornadoes.
No matter what the conditions.
You got flood watch kicking in.
Severe thunderstorm warning, hail to flash flood warning.
A lot of water on the roads.
The First Warn team warns you first.
Driving us to another alert day today.
And stays till the threat is gone.
Well, we continue to monitor the severe weather event that's going on, and right now,
Expect more from your weather coverage. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
and show you what the threat is looking like for tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
Josie Dykeman taking the stand saying she did not kill 6-year-old AJ Pedren. Now, during testimony, she denied statements made by witnesses claiming she abused the 6-year-old. And when asked if she withheld food from AJ, a claim that was made by her own children, she denied that as well. She says she loved AJ like her own son.
I know what my heart feels, and I know that I miss him every day.
You treated Alex differently because he wasn't your own son. Do you agree or disagree with that?
That's false. That's absolutely not true.
Dykeman says she suffered brain injuries caused by AJ's parents and that his father, Derek Pedren, abused her often and claims Pedren would do the same to his son. Now, according to testimony from law enforcement, Pedren was arrested the night before AJ died on an unrelated charge, and court is set to resume at 8:45 a.m. today. Reporting live in the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
And a heads up for drivers as you hit the road this morning. Some lane closures on the Highway 16 bridge over the Canadian Pacific Railroad for bridge inspections. Drivers should plan alternate routes. President Trump arriving in China for high-stakes talks with President Xi Jinping. His plane landing just moments ago. Trade, AI, Taiwan, and the Iran war all on the agenda. China's Iran's biggest trade partner and key ally, making Beijing a critical player in any effort to end the conflict and reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
I don't think we need any help with Iran. We'll win it one way or the other. We'll win it peacefully or otherwise.
This is President Trump's second state visit to China. The first was during his first term back in 2017. And the engines are running at Indianapolis. Practice underway for the 110th Indy 500. Students from schools getting a front row seat yesterday, touring the speedway and watching cars hit the track. For some families, the Indy 500 is more than a race. It's a tradition. Rev it up.
Absolutely gorgeous out there as well. I want to go outside right now, so I'm not going to give you too much information because that sunrise is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. 50 degrees currently, 48 as you get into Eau Claire. And you're looking at, again, 48 by Winona, and that sunshine is looking beautiful. We have some breeze coming in as we get into the mid-morning hours, though. Then eventually for the day, we'll get to those low 60s, low 70s in the forecast. Extend that into tomorrow. We'll get into widespread low to middle 70s. How about this, though? We'll get into increasing temperatures for Friday with that warming trend we've been talking about. Although we do have Sunday and Monday could possibly be an alert day in your forecast, but sunshine will prevail after that to finish out.
All right, well, I left town for a few days and then came back to 85 on the board.
There you
Love
go.
to see it.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Art. And thank you for waking up with us. We will see you back here today at noon.